Right, okay guys, what's going on? It is Alex with AB Fitness here now.
I know it's gonna hurt, but you're worth fighting for.
Today's video is actually going to be a little bit more on a subject which anyone who doesn't train, you might not be interested in this. Anyone who does train, either on cardio or weights or half marathons or marathons or whatever you do, this might be something that you are interested in. I'm going to quickly change the scenery here. Okay, so just change the scenery around a bit is all good. Today's video is going to be on periodization. So those of you who do train or have trained, you will know what this is. If you don't, then I'll get into a quick explanation. I thought I heard the cat for some reason. So, periodization is a systematic planning of athletic or physical training. The aim is to reach the best possible performance in the most important competition of the year. It involves progressive cycling through various aspects of a training program for a specific period. So, what does this mean? To put that into simple words, the periodization is basically the process of dividing an annual training plan into phases, right? Those phases are split into 3 different phases. I'll go into them in a bit. Each phase is targeting a specific or a series of attributes to be developed within a certain period of time. So, fancy words for this are macrocycle, microcycle, and mesocycle. Not in that order, just saying. In order, it goes macro, meso, micro. So, what is a mesocycle? Mesocycle is a block lasting about 8 to 12 weeks. Macrocycle is the annual training plan, so that's for the entire year of your training. Mesocycle is a block lasting between 8 to 12 weeks, so you're going to have about 4 mesocycles in a year, on average, okay? Now a microcycle is a week-long block, okay? So a week-long block is your microcycle. So let's say you've got, my current program is 6 on, 1 off. 6 days on, 1 off. That's how I train. So that's the 6 days on, 1 day off is my microcycle, okay? Now, after I go through my entire program for these 8 weeks, that's going to be a mesocycle completed, okay? And about 8 to 9 or 10 microcycle. Quick summary. We've got macrocycle, splits into like 5 or maybe 4 mesocycles, and then the mesocycles split into, let's say if you've got a mesocycle of 8, it's going to split into 8 weeks, obviously. Now, periodization is not actually that simple. Well, it is if you're just looking to kind of say, oh, this is my microcycle, this is my microcycle, this is my microcycle. What a lot of people do in their microcycles, or in their mesocycles even, some people may have a mesocycle of hypertrophy, some people may have a mesocycle of power training, some people may have a mesocycle of strength training. There's different types of periodization, there's different models. Periodization is a concept, okay? It's not a training system. So we've got I think we've got 3 types of periodization. We've got 2 types here, and then there's one which I didn't do a lot of research on because there's still a lot of controversy within it. So you've got linear and non-linear. Very basic, okay, very, very basic. So linear periodization includes all 3 cycles. So macro, which is between 6 months and 7+ years. 2, which is mesocycle, 7+ weeks, and 3rd, a microcycle, which is weekly, okay, weekly microcycles. The intensity of volume are inversely structured, so let's say if one microcycle you do high intensity, low volume, the next microcycle or the next mesocycle, up to you, you'll do low intensity, high volume. Now, this can be a 3-phase mesocycle with a hypertrophy phase, which is about 60 to 75% of your 1 rep max, a strength phase, which is 80 to 90% of your 1 rep max, and then your power phase, which is 95+ of your 1 rep max, so you'll be doing singles, maybe even doubles. So non-linear, shorter phases, daily periodization. Now this involves alternating between heavy lifting, moderate lifting, and light lifting load sessions over 1 week. Okay, so over a microcycle, you'll be doing heavy phases, you'll be doing moderate phases, so let's say you'll be doing power or strength, then you'll be doing hypertrophy, and then you'll be doing, I don't know, let's say active recovery. A lot of people will, at this point, they're just sat there thinking, Alex, you've just given me two, you've given me two to choose from. Simplify this shit for me, man. Make it easier for me to pick. And unfortunately, yeah, there's not a lot of me to kind of help you pick. So 7 out of 8 studies, I think, found that there was no significant difference between those two. 7 out of 8. So I'm not even gonna bring that one in because that one may have been a fluke. Okay, so is periodization worth it? Is it worth putting into your program? Is there any point to it? Or is it just you're going through pointless shit to do nothing? And the answer to that was actually found by Stone and colleagues. This is an article. They found that it actually increased lean body mass. So periodization increased lean body mass using hydrostatic weighing, which is actually a very accurate method. Now, it changed lean body mass to a significant extent. However, Baker and colleagues, on the other hand, failed to detect significant difference. Nothing solid, but periodization looks promising. Now, something to note that I saw was that Baker and colleagues, they use skin fold calipers. So you've got on one end, which is obviously Stone and colleagues, they use hydrostatic weighing, which means it was very, very, very solid. And then Baker used skin fold calipers, which obviously are less accurate. Now you're just sat there thinking, okay, Alex, you're still not telling me which one I should choose. We'll get there eventually, okay? First off, let's see how you actually apply periodization, whether it be linear or non-linear, whichever one you want to go with. And the thing is, it's not too hard. You're probably doing it. You're probably doing it at the moment. So look at your training plan if you have one. If you don't have one, then you're obviously not doing it. Have you ever changed exercise, reps, sets, or weight? If the answer is yes to any of those, you've already done a kind of miniature form of periodization. If you want to implement it, all I would say is there's a lot of examples online that you could get inspiration from. If you do want me to make you one, then just let me know and I'll obviously shoot you something. I'll shoot you your training program, I'll include periodization, just tell me. I'll contact you and I'll say, look, how long do you want it for, what exercise do you like, whatever. And we'll just get into details. But if you do not want me to make you one because you think I'm a complete douchebag, then I understand that because, you know, I'm me. In that case, then honestly, I would just say, first off, think of what your goal is, okay? Think of, do you have a certain thing that you want to achieve by this time, at this time of the year? If so, then okay, let's say you're training for hypertrophy, okay? Having microcycles, and let's say put in hypertrophy, active recovery. 1 week of hypertrophy, like 2 days of active recovery. And then again, and then change it up to strength or power, just so you have that range, so just continuously stimulate your muscle. And then after that, change it up with your mesocycles. See, the most important part is, when you're doing your mesocycles, have a look at your body comp if you've got a good scale or a good way of measuring them. If your body comp is changing and it's changing to the best, stick with that. Because I actually saw Rob Lipset at Body Power and I asked him, like, you know, how do you actually break through plateaus? And he just turned around to me and he just said it.
And the rule, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, really does apply.
If you're happy with your training program, don't put periodization in it. You can try it when you hit a plateau and see if it actually makes it any better, but until then, don't actually change it because you'll be damaging your own gains, you'll be damaging your own body comp in a sense. Now, as for which one is better, because I know everybody wants me to answer this now. If I'm going to be honest, non-linear periodization was a way of making periodization better, because apparently periodization had a lot of flaws with it. So I would honestly say go for non-linear. However, I'm going to quickly get my book and I'm going to have a look at what the other method is, just in case one of you wants that. Okay, cool. So, I've got my book. This is it. It's Science and Development of Muscle Hypertrophy, and it's one of the best books that I have actually seen. I've read couple of them, and this is honestly my favorite one. So, okay, so as I said, you've got traditional linear periodization, and then you've got non-linear. You have also got something else which is called reverse periodization. So, reverse periodization, I'm just going to straight up read it off the book because I didn't actually make notes on this because I didn't think I'd be covering it, but now that I'm stupid and I've already put myself in this situation, I need to get myself out of it. So, reverse periodization, another variation of traditional periodization model specifically designed to maximize hypertrophy. So, as previously mentioned, the traditional linear model involves progressive reductions in training volumes for corresponding increases in load. Reverse periodization addresses this issue by placing a hypertrophy mesocycle, take note of this, a hypertrophy mesocycle at the end of every macro cycle, so that volume is high at the point at which peak is desired. Okay, so unfortunately you can't actually see these few pages. However, basically what I would say is look up reverse periodization and take everything else that I mentioned from here and then put those together and actually find out which one you prefer. I would go for reverse periodization personally because that's the one that I've been using for quite a while, and that's what I'm going to continue using now. Anyway, periodization. You guys should implement it just if you want. Okay, if your current training program is working out for you, don't try it. Or do try it, but not just yet. Wait. If you do try, then as I said, make your own opinion because I don't know your body, okay? You know how your body works. I know how my body works, and my body prefers reverse periodization. Your body might not like periodization. I know that's not the answer you're looking for. I know that is not what you wanted to hear, but that is what I've got to say to you. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, something really quick. I'm gonna be doing, because one of my good friends, Polly, she asked me to, because she liked those car videos that I used to do, so I'm going to start doing those again. Let me know what you think I should call them. I'm thinking of doing them on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday. That's when I'm going to be recording them anyway. I may be uploading them on like Friday or Saturday. What should I call them? I don't know what I should call them, because obviously I can't just call them Wednesday drives or whatever. Someone let me know what I should call them, and I will pick the best answer, which there'll probably only be like 2, because everyone would have been bored by this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video, where I will probably be in my car, driving along, doing my shit, listening to a little bit of decent music, and I will see you all then. Until then, have a good Monday, because this is going to be uploaded on a Monday. Have a good Monday night, and I hope to see you here this time, hopefully, on a Saturday.
Yeah!